case does not get lost, but we'll see. All right.
Just immediately send it to me.
Yeah. All right.
We are going to go to Charlotte. The open will be 60 laps, and the main event will be 140.
All right.
I get better questions, but
Oh shoot. All right. There we go. All right.
all right, tell me when.
Oh well, I thought we were recording.
Tell me when you start recording.
Yeah, I've been recording.
Oh shit!
We can cut it out.
Yeah, welcome everybody to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Winter Classic Open. It's the moment you've been waiting for, as we've been keeping this up with this tradition for like this is the third straight year. And again, we are at Charlotte Motor Speedway. How to get here? Joined up here in the booth with the one and only Moth. How you doing today?
Been all right. How about you?
Very good. All right, so same rules apply. Everybody that's locked into the everybody that has won a race in the next gen is locked into the main event. There is an exception though, that being Kurt Busch, as he don't have to race his way in. I kind of expect him to do well.
Yeah.
And we got a lot more, a lot more entries than last time. We got some part timers. We got some more part time cars in here. I think they're David Reagan and the number 60 built submarines Ford for RFK Racing.
Yep. He made one attempt this year. That was the Daytona 500. That very paint scheme right there.
Of course, for stage 60, also being shared with Joey Hand and Cameron Waters. At the MBM number 66 Antricity Ford of Timmy Hill. I believe this is his second Winter Classic Open.
Yep. Timmy Hill did not attempt any Cup races in 2024, but the 6.6 did make several attempts throughout the season.
Oh, Timmy Hill did. Yes, he did. Coda.
Oh,
That's where this car was from.
oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And for the first time, the iconic number 4 will have to race its way into the main event.
Yep. Josh Berry struggled massively in his rookie year. Had a horrible second half of the season, string of bad luck, and that's what really sent him down the order of the playoff standings, and that's what probably cost him Rookie of the Year as well. But he's looking on to 2025, but it all starts here in this event with the final race being number 4. Stewart-Haas Racing, of course, shutting down, or well,
Well,
kind of,
not really shutting down, really
yeah,
rebranding itself.
yeah. Tony Stewart's not going to be part of the team anymore, but it's going
You
to
know,
be Gene
this
Haas.
is it's either coming down a pit road. It's one of the custom entries. You may know this guy from his starts in Xfinity trucks and ARCA, but that's Greg Van Alster, driver the number 70 for Spire.
Yep, has made a few Xfinity starts this year for SS Greenlight. Has also ran some ARCA race as well. Of course, the highlight of his career, 2023 Daytona, when he won the ARCA race.
And speaking of other custom entries, Eric Almirola, the number 96 for Gaunt Brothers Racing, ran a partial schedule in the Xfinity Series for Joe Gibbs Racing this season. Managed to win a couple races. Was a part of, honestly, one of the best finishes in the Xfinity Series this year at Indianapolis with his former teammates Cole Custer and Riley Herbst.
And in the end, it looked like Almirola would have it, but in the last corner, Herbst made his move and made it work. Speaking of Riley Herbst,
yep, here he is driving the 35, one of two 2311 racing machines that are going to have to race their way into the main event. Of course, this will be the same number that Herbst will drive in his rookie season next year. Coming back to the Toyota camp for the first time since 2020.
Herbst has made 5 full-time Xfinity Series seasons, 4 of them for Stewart-Haas Racing, and he made one for JGR back in 2020 as...
Oh, watch out.
That could
You gotta
be
be
bad.
careful. You gotta be careful under exiting pit road.
Yeah, that could have been horrible.
That was it. His Xfinity Series tenure has only been separated between Joe Gibbs Racing and Stewart-Haas Racing. Herbst has made previous Cup starts before, that being a Front Row Motorsports and Rick Ware Racing. And here is his teammate Kurt Busch, as mentioned, going to race his way in. I feel like he'll probably do well, considering that that's 25. Considering that 17 drivers are going to make the field. That is more than half of the field we have today.
Yeah. So you have a good chance of making the field if you're, in it.
Well, if you're in a good car like Riley Herbst to Kurt Busch, you're basically locked in. And if you're somebody like Ryan Truex here.
Yeah.
And here's another one of the Toyota group, Sheldon Creed in the number 55 for Tricon Garage. Creed's still looking for his first ever win in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll be back before the race.
All right. Justin Haley in the number 7 for Spire Motorsports. Of course, there is a switch up at the end of the season where he would be in the 7, and Corey LaJoy will be in the 51. Corey LaJoy, unknown what his plans will be for next year, but plans are set in stone for Justin Haley. He will be staying at Spire Motorsports for next season. His first time running with the team since 2021. His first time running with them in the next gen era. There you go. Asbrella ran for Rookie of the Year this season, and number 15 for Rick Ware Racing also had that one off for Front Row in the 36. Parker Retzloff made his debut at Richmond for MBM. but made his super speedway debut at Daytona for Beard Motorsports. Retzloff has confirmed he will not be returning to Jordan Anderson Racing. That Ride 31 has been picked up today by Blaine Perkins. Stuart Haas Racing teammates Ryan Preece and Noah Gregson. Gregson had a somewhat good start off the season. Preece, of course, only able to keep momentum at the short tracks. John Hernimich and Jimmy Johnson, the Legacy Motor Club teammates, trying to race their way in. Teammate Eric Jones already locked into the main event with his win at Darlington 2 years ago. Ty Gibbs, driving the number 54, yet to have found that first career win, 2023 Rookie of the Year. Zane Smith, final start with Spire Motorsports, will be leaving the team after this season. That ride will be picked up by Michael McDowell, who's already locked into the event. And there's his teammate Carson Hocevar, won Rookie of the Year for 2024. See right behind him now, getting out of pit road, Daniel Hemrick. Todd Gilliland moving over from the 38 to the 34 for 2025 with the departure of Michael McDowell from Front Row Motorsports. Ilio Castroneves, of course, him saying he always wanted to make starts in NASCAR, decided to add him to this event. Chad Burton driving number 50 for Team Amerivet. Drove the same car he's driving today at Phoenix. As Moss back out here, welcome back.
Anyway, so 33 of Ty Dillon right there. Almost made a full season attempt with Rackley Moore in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. However, he was released from the team. Towards the end of the season, was replaced by Dawson Sutton. And so Ty Dillon.
Sutton will be going full time in trucks next season. Ty Dillon, however, will be coming back up to Cup. He's driving the number 10 for Cullig Racing.
Yep, in a second Cullig entry, he'll be teammates with AJ Allmendinger.
Allmendinger already locked into the event.
Yep, with his win at the Charlotte Roval back in 2023.
Here's a young gun that I'm pretty sure we need to keep an eye on. Connor Zelich. Of course, very big name already in the NASCAR world. Won in his first Xfinity Series start. Same for the ARCA. Didn't take that long to win in the ARCA Menard Series. Of course, that pretty much bitter defeat at Watkins Glen, only to gain it back at his second ever start in the ARCA Menard Series at Dover in a combo race with the East Series. Connor Zelich, a contracted driver with Trackhouse Racing.
Yep. He also won the pole in his first Truck Series start at COTA. Even set a new record for the Truck Series there by almost a full second.
And ahead of him, the iconic black, white, and orange car of BJ McLeod.
McLeod almost pulled off the Cinderella story during the Daytona Duels. Ran as high as third, was involved in a crash like that ended his chances of making the 500. Made some starts over the season, mainly at super speedways. Had some solid runs in all of those, but just didn't get the result he was wanting.
Of course, went over the other Castroneves in that Project 91 Chevrolet. You know, Castroneves always talked about he wants to make that start in NASCAR.
Yep. And it was rumored a couple years ago he'd attempt the 500 in that 91 car, but that did not pan out as expected. So we see Castroneves here on track. And we got the 45.
AJ Yaley.
Yep.
Carbon wrap. The unwrapped carbon car. Iconic for its run at, I believe it was Vegas.
Yes.
Iconic for its run at Vegas. Yaley mostly drove for, well, all his starts this season were with NY Racing, who pretty much made more starts this year than they did with Biffle last year. Not last year, 2 years ago.
Yep. And at this track is where Yaley has his best career Cup Series finish with a second place result all the way back in 2007.
Yep, the the odd top 5 of the 2007 Coca-Cola 600 included Yaley as well as Casey Mears, Reed Sorensen, Kyle Petty, among others. Daniel Hemrick, driving the 31 today, will not be returning to Kaulig Racing. He will be taking a dip down to the Truck Series to drive for McAnally Hilgeman in the number 19, filling in for Christian Eckes, who will be going out for the Xfinity Series to race for, funny enough, same team Hemrick's running for tonight.
That's all right.
Again, Carson Hocevar taking more laps on track. Again, your 2024 Rookie of the Year. Won it over Josh Berry.
Yeah, and Hosvar, after you get, yeah, so Hosvar had a lot of great runs this season. This 77 picked up a few top 10s. I believe he got top 20 in points.
At top 20 in points. Basically, we had some upsets with top 20 in points. You saw the Spire 77, Carson Hocevar, and of course, we got to mention in Xfinity how Leland Honeyman managed to keep up in the top 20 in points in the 42 for Youngs. Of course, all 4 Spire cars racing their way in. And with that, I think I'll wrap it up. Practice, top of the charts will be Ty Gibbs.
Yep. So now we're heading to the qualifying. It will be Ryan Truex on the pole.
Ryan Truex on the pole, and starting to his outside will be Noah Gragson in the 10. Behind them, Gragson's teammate Josh Berry, and impressive qualifying run by Kaz Gralla. He will be starting 4th. It'll be Greg Van Alst and Corey LeJoy behind them. Connor Zilich and that name, the name on his banner is spelled wrong. And Van Alst's teammate Justin Haley behind them. Then it is Ty Gibbs and Jimmy Johnson. Behind them will be Ryan Preece and Zane Smith. And it'll be Kurt Busch and Carson Hocevar, Tucker Retzloff and Riley Herbst, John Hunter Nemechek and Todd Gilliland, Ty Dillon and Daniel Hemrick, Sheldon Creed and Helio Castroneves, BJ McLeod and David Reagan, JJ Yaley and Eric Almirola, and rounding out the field will be Jimmy Hill, Jeb Burton. Sixty laps, and again, 17 of the 28 cars will make it in.
Pace car's lights are off.
And here we go. Pace car down to the inside. Ryan Truex, Noah Gragson, 60 laps in the open. And let's get this underway. Green flag.
It'll be
Ryan Truex.
Yep, gets away in turn 1.
He's going to clear Noah Gragson for first. Here comes Gragson's teammate Josh Berry right behind them.
As they move to the outside, Berry cannot get down the 70 already there, so that's going to allow Ryan Truex to pull away from the rest of the field as he will lead the first lap.
And Truex leads first lap here at Charlotte. Greg Van Alst already to second. Connor Zilich making his way to third. We will be keeping track of the transfer spot that currently being held by Sheldon Creed. Back up front, Greg Van Alst has already found his way to the back of the 18.
That's right.
Top 3 still clear to make that top 4 is Ty Gibbs. He's going to clear Berry.
Zane Smith also right there. Preece thinks about going 3 wide, but thinks better of it. He'll stick behind Zane Smith for now.
Forgot to mention Ryan Preece will be making the jump over to RFK Racing next season. Will pilot the 60 full time.
Yep, and car that David
As here comes Greg Van Alst for the lead. He is going to get ahead of the 18. Here comes Zelich. From Zelich now.
Look at Ty Gibbs as well. And I think Ty Gibbs is probably going to be the car to beat, to be honest, especially on the long run. He's won here a couple times at Charlotte, both in ARCA and the Xfinity Series, so he knows how to get it done here, but he has not been able to do so in the Cup Series.
Ty Gibbs became the youngest driver to ever win an Xfinity Series race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I believe it was, 19 years old?
I think 18, 19,
18, 19, somewhere around there. He got the record of being the youngest driver to ever win at this track in the Xfinity Series. As we have a 3-wide, it looks like it was Barry Bratla and Johnson.
Yeah. Okay, so he was 18 at the time.
Yep. Jimmy Johnson. Very familiar with how Charlotte works. He won 3 Coca-Cola 600s in a row.
That's right.
One of them coming in a photo finish with Bobby Labonte.
Last lap pass, too, for the win.
As we look back up front, Greg Van Alst still leads. Ty Gibbs already to the inside of Connor Zelich. Gibbs with some help. Ryan Truex, and here comes Zane Smith. Zane Smith was also a Trackhouse contracted teammate for the year 2024.
Started off the season poorly, but after getting that impressive second place finish at Nashville, he started to turn things around, and towards the end of the season, even had a better average finish in the playoff races than some of the guys who made the playoffs. Harrison Burton, Martin Truex Jr., Ty Gibbs, and a couple others who did not last long in the playoffs. So, unfortunately, Zane Smith will not be in the 71 next year. That will be taken over by Michael McDowell, who in May announced he would be in the 71.
To where he goes, we don't know. It has been rumored that he might land at front row again.
Yeah, potentially in that, potentially in the third car, but that is to be determined. Although we know his options for Cup are becoming less and less every day, but we'll have to wait and see where he lands at.
And Zelich to the inside of his technical teammate, and he clears Zane Smith. Greg Van Alst still leading. Him and Zane Smith, the only 2 Spire cars inside the top 17 right now.
Let's see, Hocevar and Justin Haley falling back a lot here. But now Hocevar washes up. It appears Hocevar seems a little bit tight compared to the other cars, but
Derek Almirola currently with the final spot. Daniel Heinrich's looking on the outside, currently 18th.
let's also give a call to Parker Retzlaff in the top 10, having a nice run.
Nice run in that Beard Motorsports 62. Again, not really a type of track that Beard Motorsports is really well known for.
Yep. Best finish of, I believe, 4th. It was 4th or 5th that came to Daytona a couple years ago with Noah Gragson in the car. I see Retzlaff. He also got a top 10 for Beard Motorsports at the Summer Daytona race. And he was the one that pushed Harrison Burton to his first career win. So that'll be some Retzlaff remembers. And also revealed today that he will be replaced by Blaine Perkins in the Xfinity Series next year. So Retzlaff officially no longer in a ride as of right now.
Of course, the opportunities for Retzlaff have not shut down completely. There are still some few rides he can go to.
That's right.
Back up front, Ty Gibbs was just in a battle with Ryan Preece there for second.
Yep, it looks like Gibbs has gotten away. I also saw, while we were away, we saw Jeff Burton was a little bit off the pace in that 50 car. Not always the best, but still hanging in there.
I mean, it's not always the best when it's ran by Team Amerivet. Because you got to remember, the 50 was split this season between Team Amerivet and 2211 Racing. Todd Gilliland, one of the full-time cars that really hasn't been having a good enough showing.
Yeah, one of the more.
And behind guys like Timmy Hill, BJ McLeod, Leo Castaneves, and JJ Yaley.
And Todd Gilliland, one of the more consistent drivers in the Cup Series, has been full time for 3 seasons now. Next year, he will be on the same team, but will have a different number. He will be in the 34 now. Technically replacing Mike McDowell, if you will.
And we had a battle there between Sheldon Creed and Justin Haley, as we now see Daniel Hemrick now inside the top 17. Sitting right outside the top 17 currently, the Spire teammates of Carson Hocevar, Justin Haley. Both of them will be returning to Spire Motorsports for next year. This will be Haley's first season with Spire in the next-gen era, and his first overall. He'll be returning to the team to race with them for the first time since 2021. Back up front, Ty Gibbs has completely closed that gap between him and Van Alst.
Yep. Valls has one top 5 here. Back in 2022, we ran the ARC race here, avoiding all the chaos that happened that day. So remember it like yesterday.
Comes Gibbs down to the inside of Van Alst. This is going to be the battle for the lead.
Right there, Gibbs is able to clear. New leader.
And for the first time in a while, that's going to be Ty Gibbs, as here comes Connor Zelich for second. Number 88 will be a full-time number for Trackhouse Racing next season, except it will be Shane Van Gisbergen driving that full-time in his first rookie season.
There's Zilich trying to make a pass on Van Alst, was not successful there. Now here comes Priest raiding the pounce.
Osenbar now inside the top 17 as Zambarola has been shuffled out. We have now made it a third of the way as Van also looks back down to the inside of Ty Gibbs. Van also leading lap 21. Going to pull in Connor Zelich as well as Ryan Priest.
Let's see what they can do.
41 will be staying under the banner for Haas Factory Team, but it will be Cole Custer fielding the number 41. Apparently in number 41, making his first full-time Cup season since 2022. Reese has cleared Gibbs, now trying to clear Zelich. Cascarella with a good showing. Even that number 15 for Rick, even that Rick Ware number 15 inside the top 5. Greg Van Alt has gapped Connor Zelich. Yeah, but now Retzloff has fallen out of the top 17. Justin Haley now in. All right, I see some other sports. We can now say that Jeb Burton has officially lost the pack. Josh Berry looks down low on Ty Gibbs. Going to take Gibbs outside of the top 5 for the first time in this race. Kaz Grolin now trying to look for a podium position. Going back, the battle for the transfer spot. Almirola has passed by Hocevar, putting Hocevar below the cup. Just around halfway, it is still Greg Van Alst leading. However, Connor Zealot has caught up to the 70. Almirola trying to run away with 17th. It looks like we made it halfway. We have pit stops going on now as Ryan Truex now in. And it looks like Greg Van Alst will be joining. And is going to put Casper on the second. A bunch of drivers joining in. That is more than half the field.
Yeah, looks like they will make it to the end from here on out, so no worries there.
You got to be careful when doing. Don't ever pit from the top lane. That's not going to get you anywhere.
That's right.
Oh, it's a dead heat almost. But Van Alst gets off ahead of Priest. Kurt Busch, Noah Gregson, John Hurry, Nemechek, Corey LaJoy, Ty Gibbs, Almirola, Zane Smith, and Carson Hocevar be a top 10 off pit road. Over here comes Ryan Truex. He's closest he'll get is probably to Kurt Busch. I think Kurt might have his tires warmed up. But now it is Greg Van Alst out front. There's Connor Zealot. He is back on track, and he will more than likely drop down to third. Oh, we got a wreck. Oh, Casparolla's in it. Almirola.
Oh, that's a big wreck. Oh, and Herp's up in the air. Gilliland, Yaley. There's going to be more that's going to pile in. Oh, no.
And the caution's out.
A horrible wreck has just occurred. The field slowing down immediately. Herp's getting hit in the driver window. Let's take a look at what happened. Looks like, wow.
I think we started with Roland Hunter trying to get back on the track.
Yeah, and then back here, watch the 35 of Herp's. He's gonna, yeah, let's
there.
right there.
And Gilliland got on his side.
Oof. Jeez, that was passenger window, I believe. Yeah, just passenger window that Herbst. Looks like he tried to go down, and Almirola just kind of slid down, and Herbst goes into the fence. A nasty, nasty wreck. There's gonna be a lot of good cars that ran front early. Gonna be done for.
You go back double file. It will be Van Alst on the inside, Priest on the outside. The battle for the final spot still up for grabs, now that being held by the 78 of BJ McLeod. Unless another caution comes out, Kaz Gralla effectively out, and Greg did not get that good of a restart.
Yep, but now Priest with the lead. Here comes Zilich now the second. Getting the
Push there from the 18 of Truex.
Yep, Van Alst does not have any help on the outside. Here comes Ryan Truex now trying to make a move. Your pole winner for tonight. Trying to get back up front, and here he goes. He's trying to get to second. How about John Hunter Nemechek? We have not talked about him all night. He's in the top 5 now.
Yep. Nemechek making his first full-time season since 2020 with Front Row Motorsports. And as we take a look, Gralla, Zane Smith got held up.
Yep.
Connor Zelich has already found his way to Ryan Priest.
Yep.
Road course driver versus modified driver on an intermediate track. Something I thought I'd never say, but here we are.
Yep, Ryan Priest, 2013 William Modified Tour champion. Got a big opportunity. 2017 drove for Jilgos Racing. A couple races, one at Iowa, as what really helped his career go forward.
At that time, his best ever chance of getting a top tier ride. Next up, by 20 laps to go. Connor Zelich with the lead. Ryan Truex trying to close in. BJ McLeod's worked his way into the top 10. Parker Retzloff currently with the final spot. No, actually, that I believe might be a battle between Ty Dillon and David Reagan. Yep, as it's currently held by Ty Dillon. Of course, his brother Austin locked into the main event after his wins at Daytona 2 years ago, as well as Richmond this year. 20 laps to go. Connor Zelich still up front. Ryan Truex right behind him. Kurt Busch holding on to third. Battle for fourth between Ty Gibbs and John Henry Nemechek. By a turn to a battle for fifth with Priest and Nemechek. Ryan Truex looking for the lead. The pole sitter looking to get back up to the front. It does Ryan Truex back out to the lead. Donizella chipping his way back down to the inside. Dave Reagan now with the final spot over Castro Neves. Hunter Zelich just found his way to the lead for the first time. This race 3 wide. Gibbs was able to go down and shut the door on Priest. Ryan Truex able to get ahead of his teammate. 15 laps, 16 actually. Next up, I will be 15 laps to go. Kurt Busch is now to the backside of Zilich as here he goes down to the inside. Kurt Busch, of course, a veteran in the NASCAR Cup Series, 2004 Cup Series champion. The first championship won under the Chase era.
Yep, Kurt Busch
And
has driven for a variety of teams over the years.
Phoenix Racing, Team Penske, Chip Ganassi, Stuart Haas, Furniture Row, Welsh.
Yep.
Ended his career off on a sour note at 23:11 after an incident at Pocono. Now leading here in the Winter Classic Open, Ty Gibbs looking back down to the inside of Ryan Truex. Wasn't able to get there.
Nearing the end of the race, there you see Kurt
Third,
Busch.
last to go, Kurt Busch still to lead. It is a Toyota 1-2 up at the front with Ryan Truex. Ty Gibbs trying to make it a 1-2-3. Have a 1-2-3-4 as well because Jimmy Johnson also up into the mix. Holding in on 10 laps to go. It is still Kurt Busch with the lead over Ryan Truex. Ryan Truex won 2 races in the Xfinity Series this season at Dover and Daytona. Truex and Zilich, both Xfinity Series winners this season.
Right now, 17th, that is the transfer spot. Looks like there's going to be 2 guys who may still have a chance at it, as long as there's not another wreck.
It's currently being Timmy Hill over Daniel Hemrick and David Reagan.
Yep.
Lap traffic coming up as here comes Ryan Truex down to the inside. Wasn't able to get there. Never in my life did I think I would see a dirt late model penetrate the catch fence. Here we are.
Where did you say that?
Look at my recent retweet.
Oh, okay. Oh. Well then.
Anyways, 9 laps to go here at Charlotte. The lead car is starting to close in on Kaz Gralla. Closest Ford to the front is Josh Berry in 7th. They come. Will Ryan Truex use the lap car as a pick?
Yes,
He will.
Gralla comes down.
Gralla almost wrecked himself in Truex.
Looks like Truex, he is finally going to get around Gralla. Kurt Busch stuck. Yeah. Oh.
Kurt Busch starting to fall back. He needs to get to the inside soon.
Yeah. And he can probably do it now. Yep. There he goes.
Ryan Truex, the pole sitter, back up front in the number 18. 6 to go. Next lap car is Zane Smith, and it's going to be a while until we get to him.
I don't even know if we'll get to him in time.
5 to go. Racetrack still with the lead. Jimmy Johnson looking for second on Connor Zelich. With 4 laps remaining. Racetrack still with the lead. Jimmy Johnson to second. Ty Gibbs third. And Josh Berry being pushed to fourth by Kurt Busch. Toyota 1, 2, 3 at the front. 3 laps remaining here in the open. Oh,
Wait, oh, caution's out. We got a wreck. And that's going to take out Timmy Hill.
and that's going to take out Ty Dillon as well.
Big hit there for both drivers. As the caution's out, we will be going into overtime.
We'll only do 3 attempts.
Yep. Let's take a look at what happened here. All started up, I believe, between Ty Dillon and, yep, there you see. It looks
Yeah,
like.
it looks like
Yeah, they were.
Retzloff came down on Dillon.
Yep, nothing Ty Dillon could have done there, and then he slides down and just, nowhere to go for Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill was almost guaranteed.
So Ryan Truex will lead here under caution. Again, Timmy Hill was pretty much guaranteed a spot up until he got dogpiled into Ty Dillon.
Yeah, tough break for him. And with that, pretty
Kaz
much.
Grella will get one of his laps back.
Yeah. I would say pretty much anyone that's not been involved in a wreck is guaranteed in, because as of right now, 18th place scoring-wise is Carson Hocevar, and we saw how he was off the pace there in the 77. Of course, he does not have a hood, so that explains a lot.
He doesn't have a hood. He was actually contending with some of the back markers, actually.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it's over for the 77. He's just gonna need to drop to the rear for the main event if he makes it in.
That's right.
As Gralla comes back around, now going 1 lap down. And Timmy Hill and Ty Dillon are officially out of the race.
Tough break. So now there are going to be about 20 cars left in it. Only 17 can transfer.
Battle currently is Parker Retzloff, Carson Hocevar, and Zane Smith. Pace car comes down pit road. It is NASCAR overtime at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Winter Classic Open. Green flag. Truex didn't get that good of a restart. Johnson with the edge ahead.
But Johnson's not clear.
Noah Gragson with a terrible restart.
Does he have a problem? It just seems a little bit off the pace, but
I wouldn't say so.
Yep. So they're 3 wide. Oh wait, they're pitting.
Oh, they're pitting. Truex wasn't able to make it.
1 lap to go. It is all Jimmy Johnson. Can he make it around? Several cars down pit road. These guys taking a big gamble if they can make it all the way around. As Johnson is scooting away.
And coming through turns 3 and 4, he still shows how he can get it done at Charlotte. Jimmy Johnson wins the Open.
What a race. have to see who's gonna make it in.
We will take it to official results.
And
Daniel Hemrick gets the final spot.
wow. What a top what a top 10 actually.
And despite having no fuel at the end of it, Greg Van Olst will make the main event.
He was able to coast down pit road on the last lap.
You know, I'm gonna send it to you, so I have something to look back at. Anyways, again, your top 17 making it in are Jimmy Johnson, Connor Zellux, Justin Haley, Corey LaJoy, David Reagan, Parker Retzloff, BJ McLeod, Greg Van Olst, Josh Berry, Ryan Priest, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Truex, Kurt Busch, John Hunter Nemechek, Noah Gregson, Julio Castroneves, and Daniel Hemrick. Hocevar, Zane Smith, Gralla, Dillon, Hill, Gilliland, Herbst, Almirola, Creed, Yaley, and Burton will miss the event. Which is heavy hitting news because then you realize the 2024 Rookie of the Year has missed the event by one position.
Yeah. And I did see Hocevar actually, I think he pitted before the green flag. Or I'm not sure, but I noticed he wasn't with the field when we went green.
Okay, we're gonna do it this way.
All right.
Okay, you can stop recording.
Okay.